Today we are going to do the first chapter of physics of class 10, that is what light, reflection and refraction. If you'll see light particularly, it's really a diversified chapter, like n number of things are still to know, so of course it is what diversified. If you'll see light, nature if you'll see in acid, base and salts, that is what like nature when we are saying in chemistry, then acid and base, right? But here if you'll see the nature of light particle, then we can say what it is having particle nature also, it is having wave nature also, like it is having dual nature. So we used to say that, so we are saying light is what electromagnetic waves. If you'll see here, time machine, which is related to this, which is new still, and then what we can say many things which is evolving yet from this chapter, still like invisibility concept, right? These things what still evolving. So we can say now these are the things which these chapter, this part of physics which is still growing. So whoever wants one who wants to be a scientist or some like related to that, then they can work in this part of physics, like modern physics we can say. Fine. So especially we are going to do in this chapter about reflection and refraction. We will see in this topic completely about spherical mirrors, lens, and those things. But still, before jumping on spherical mirrors and lens, so we'll do little basics of what is the plane mirror, and then how reflection happens there. What is the image size, and all those things we'll see here. I believe this like 3-4 lectures I'll make of this chapter. Like let's consider 5 lectures of this whole light chapter. If you'll see properly, if you'll watch this all videos properly, I don't think so like you will lag anywhere in this chapter. Like anywhere in the senses, neither in theory nor in numericals or in any concept. So everything will get cleared. Hope so. Like I'll give the content like that. We will cover the NCERT numericals, whatever is given inside that, like not the same but similar to that. And then we'll cover NTSE, NSO and Olympiad questions which they asked yet. Like one separate class I'll take for the whole like 1 hour class will be there on that complete questions will be there which they asked yet from this like archive sections there. So that all we will discuss in this like in this chapter. Even for the second chapter also, like current electricity, the same thing we are going to do. Fine. So let's start with what reflection. Reflection, if you will see, is what array of light, bouncing back of light, right? Phenomenon of what bouncing back of light in a medium is known as what reflection. Or we can say like suppose this is one of like surface, right? Like we can consider which is an opaque subject object, and then what light is falling like this, right? Then it bounce back like this. So this will be the normal. So we can say incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal, right? These 3 lines will be there. If you notice here one thing, what is that? All lies in the same plane. Lies in the same plane in the sense, if it is an XY plane, it will be in XY plane. If it is in YZ plane, then it will be YZ plane. And the second thing you are supposed to notice here, that it will be in the same medium. It came from air, it went back to air. So it will be always in a one medium. So we can say, what is that? It will be in one medium and it will be in a single plane. That is what reflection says. Let's see some diagrams I drew for this. Just see that like reflection and refraction. So the chapter name is what? Light, reflection, refraction. We all know these things, right? Incident ray, right? Reflected ray, and the normal all lies like that. We'll see the laws later. And then what angle of incidence and angle of refraction, right? Bouncing back of a light when a rays of light travels and hit to the medium and reflect back is known as what? Reflection. And then what? See, bouncing back of light, right? The phenomena of bouncing back of light, right, is known as what? Reflection. If you see refraction, then we can say what? When an incident ray will hit the phenomena of bending of light, right? So a ray of light travels from one medium. Let's consider the first one. The top incident ray medium is what? Air. And the second one is what? Let's consider water. So it is bending towards normal, right? It is bending towards the normal. Some of the cases will be there where it will be what bending away from the normal, right? That cases also we'll discuss. We are taking the idea that what is reflection, what is refraction. Reflection is what bouncing back of light, right? Is known as what reflection, and bending of light when it travels from one medium to another medium is what refraction. Fine. So that basic idea we got. Second lecture, second part, if you'll see, we will discuss little about plane mirror, basic optical devices like mirror, lens is there. So plane mirror, if you will do coating, right? Obviously the mirror which we are seeing, face, our face and all. So that those are what plane mirror, right? It is coated, right? Silver coating is done on that. So we can say it is opaque completely, light will fall and then go back. So we can say that is what plane mirror. And the lens is completely transparent. Normal lenses are what transparent, even lenses are transparent. Mirror is what here, plane mirror is opaque, that is there. Fine. The main thing we are not supposed to learn neither that mirror and all, like plane mirror we don't want to learn. We want to learn here is what is spherical mirrors. If you'll see guys, spherical mirrors, then we can say what spherical mirrors are like. What, suppose a sphere is there, like let's take spherical mirrors are of two types. We'll not learn how spherical, we'll learn later like how spherical mirrors are made up, are made, but we are going to discuss here is what there are two types of spherical mirrors. One is what concave as well as what convex, right? If you'll see this part, right, this is not full, right? So we can say now the ray of light is incident here, right? This part, if reflection takes place inside cave part is known as what concave mirror. If reflection takes place at outer part, that is known as what convex mirror. So concave mirror and then what convex mirror, concave mirror and convex mirror. Then we can say two types of lenses are there, that all we are going to discuss here, that is concave lens and convex lens, right? Concave lens will be two lenses, right? Both are inward, right? And convex is what both are outward like this, right? So that is what convex lens. Fine. After that, what laws of reflection, everyone knows that what angle of, so this is what incident ray, reflected ray and the normal all lies in the same thing. First one is what incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal all lies in the same plane. Second thing is what angle I is equal to what angle R. Okay, one more thing we are supposed to notice here is what laws of reflection obey both for regular or irregular surfaces. Suppose the surface is like this, that's fine, obviously it will obey. But if the surface is like this, right? So we can say if it will fall here, the incident ray will fall here. It will go like little less, right? So we can say this is what normal incident ray, reflected ray. So it will fall like this. Maybe it will go like this, right? So we can say now incident ray and then what reflected ray and then normal like this. But the main reason to write this is what it does not depend upon the medium. Any medium you take, any, even if it is a rough or irregular surface is there, the bounce back will be less, but there will be, it will follow the laws of reflection. That is what the main point to write this. So laws of reflection obey both on regular as well as what irregular surfaces. Laws of reflection, if you will see that what angle I is equal to angle R, incident angle and reflected angle are always equal. Incident ray, next is what second rule is what incident ray, reflected ray and the normal all lies in the same plane. Fine. After that, if you will see, then we are supposed to know about what, let's see, the laws of reflection we learned. Now we are supposed to see is that let's see, suppose object formed by image formed by plane mirror, image formed by plane mirror, image formed by plane mirror. Image formed by, yeah. So image formed by plane mirror, if you will see, then what we can say here is the eye. We can consider the eye here, right? And then we are seeing, so there is a plane mirror, right, which is coated from one side. And then what we have seen, that two rays are there, right? Two rays are going, and then first is what will go, our rays of light will go to the mirror, then to the object, and from there see, there is no other way because it is diverging, so it will never meet. So we'll have to extend the rays of light till here, then we'll get the image. So here the distance, suppose this distance is going to be x, then this is also what, x, the distance is going to be same, the height of the image is also going to be what, same, the image is going to be virtual as well as what, erect for plane mirror. Anyway, that we are not going to discuss. This image we cannot will not get on a screen, right, will not get on a screen. But same, likewise, if you will take a spherical mirror, that those like where the rays of light will actually meet, like which is virtual, no, those image, the virtual image will not get, we will not get on what, screen, right. If you put a screen there, you will not get the image, will not get the image of this. So you will not get, you cannot draw, you cannot see on the screen, right. Fine. So these things are there. Image found by what, plane mirror. Now let's see image found by spherical mirrors. So what will happen here in spherical mirrors? So two types of mirrors are there. What are those? One is what, convex mirror, one is what, concave mirror. Concave mirror, if you will see, we are saying it is converging in nature. Convex is what, it is diverging in nature. So let's see what is the meaning of convex and concave, that we are going to discuss. So okay, let's discuss first what. So concave, yeah, so concave and the object is here. So what will happen actually here is, and then next we can take here, not like from anywhere, let's not consider the object. Yeah, just consider it from infinite rays of lights are coming. I'm just taking two so that, like for example, that how it will form an image. So somewhere here arrays of lights are parallel, so image is forming somewhere here. So somewhere here is what, focus we consider. Fine. So somewhere here we consider what, focus. Fine. So we can say it is what, diverging. So diverging mirror, right? Concave mirror is also known as what, diverging mirror. Diverging, right. Concave, if you guys will see, then it will be like, right. So now we can see if the object is not, leave the object now. Now I'm just showing you that how the image will form. Incident ray, reflected ray, incident ray, reflected ray, incident ray, reflected ray, incident ray, reflected ray, and the image is going to form here, right. So that is what, this is diverging and this is what, converging. Converging mirror, that is what, diverging mirror, right. So now we'll see what difference between what, real image and virtual image. If you guys will see real image and virtual image differences, suppose the object is here, yes. So here, and then if you will consider like this, concave mirror, but what happens actually is incident ray, reflected ray. So where the image is forming, image is forming, somewhere here. So this is what real image, real inverted, right? And this is what virtual and erect, virtual and erect. Okay, so these two types of image will form. Like we are seeing the overall, like what we are going to learn in this chapter. So real, inverted, virtual and erect. So like this we are going to see. Fine. Now we are going to see spherical terms, like spherical mirror terms. What are the terms are there? That all we will see one by one. Suppose if you will consider a sphere. Yes. So of course this sphere will have center, right? Correct. And then this sphere will have radius as well, right? This sphere will have what? Radius. Okay. Now if suppose somebody wants to devise what is define what is center of curvature, right? You might have seen like these things. I'm just going to explain is what, because the drawing is not good, so I took the sphere properly. So we can say this is pole, this is focus, this is center of curvature, this is principal axis. Let's see, from here we will define few lines, then I'll tell you. So we can say center of curvature, center of a mirror, center of a big sphere from which mirror is a part. See, center of a, this center, no, if you will see, this mirror will this mirror is having okay, whatever, that these types of circle will form. So that circle will have some center, right? That center is known as what? Is center of curvature. So center of curvature, we can say that what? Center of a big sphere from which mirror is a part. Center of big sphere from which mirror is a part. Mirror is a part. That is known as what? Center of a big sphere from which mirror is a part is what? Center of curvature. Center of curvature. Now what, guys? Radius of curvature, right? Radius of curvature, if you will see, radius of a big sphere, right? Radius of a big sphere from which mirror is a part. This part was a mirror, right? So this we can say the center of a radius of a big sphere, radius of a big sphere from which mirror is a part is known as what? Radius of curvature, right? Now next point we are going to discuss what is pole. Pole is the center. Pole is what? Pole is center of a small center of a mirror. Center of a mirror, like the small part, no, mirror. That mirror that mirror center is known as what? Center of a pole, right? Now we are going to do principal axis. Principal axis, the line which joins center of curvature and pole of the mirror. Pole of the mirror is what? Principal axis. Now the term comes, what is focus? Focus, guys, is the middle part of center and pole. Pole is what? A focus is what? Middle part, midway of what? Pole and focus. So we can say this is what? Radius of curvature, and this length is what? Focal length. Focal length. So we can say if it is a midway, then we can say a relation we can learn as what? Relation between focal length and radius of curvature. R is equal to 2f. R is equal to what? 2f. So f is equal to what, guys? R by 2. Okay, all units will be what? SI unit is what? Meters. Remember that for everything. SI unit is what here? Meters. Right? That we are supposed to know. These basic terms associated with what? So what are the things are there? First, if you'll see center of curvature, right? What is center of curvature? Center of a big sphere. Center of a big sphere from which mirror is apart is known as what? Center of a curvature. Then we learned what? Radius of a curvature. Radius of a big sphere from which mirror is apart. Radius of a big sphere from which mirror is apart. Next, we learned that what? Principal axis, the line which joins the center of curvature and the pole. Pole is what? The center of the small part of the mirror. The center of the small part of the mirror is what? Pole. Then what is focus? Focus is the midway, the center of the pole, radius of curvature and the pole is known as what? Focus, right? So these things we are supposed to know. If you will take a lens, then everything is going to be same, but the notation is going to change. The how we'll represent those things, that is going to change. Suppose this length is what, guys? This lens is convex lens, right? So convex lens, if you are going to see, then we can say here f1 and then what? f2. f1 and then what? 2f2, right? f1 2f1 and then what? f2 2f2. That's it. This we learn. Means what? See, why we are writing by this way is, if you will consider one thing here, let's change the color. If you will consider, this is going to be, guys, one circle and this is going to be another circle, right? These two circles are there. Okay, let's draw it properly so that you will understand what I'm trying to say. Right, so this extra part, guys, yes, perfect. Now we can see this black color thing, is what here? We can say it is lens, right? Now let's see if you'll remove. Now the so two spherical surfaces, like minimum one spherical surface and one plane mirror can form a lens, but now like for class 10 we are going to see only like with spherical surfaces. So two spherical surfaces will merge together, then it will form a lens. Let's see. Yes, that is what it formed. Okay, let's undo it. Hope so you guys got it. What I did, two spheres, complete spheres I took, from that the part, this part is known as what? Lens, right? Which lens? This is convex lens, right? Convex lens. So same, likewise we will see the notations of concave lens also, convex lens, and then we can say like this. Yes, so same thing, f1 2f1 f2 2f2. That's it. The same notations are there. This here is what? Optical center. This you should know. Here is what? Optical center. There it is pole. Here is what? Optical center. Center of a lens is known as what? Optical center. right? So all the basics we did, all the basics whatever is required, that all we did. Let's see in the next class now we'll learn ray diagrams, image formation. This all things we'll learn the formula, and then we'll do few numericals, image formation, ray diagram, and then we'll see what sign convention. These three things are important. After that, the formula, any numericals will come. Hopefully we can do. Till here you guys watch this. We'll see in the next class whatever I told now.